good afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome to our October webinar. Thank you for joining our webinar today, focused on AMAG's symmetry solutions and services available to our channel and customers. I'm Kim Rayfelt, Director of Media Relations, and I'll be your host today. So as you can see, we are trying something different this month and turning on our video cameras. I'd love to get your feedback on this change, so feel free to make a comment in the chat and let me know your thoughts. Our webinars are designed to keep you updated on what's new with our Symmetry Security Management System, provide an overview of Symmetry's unique features and benefits, and help you differentiate your company when you team up with us. If you have any questions throughout the webinar, please type them in the Q&A box and we will address as many as we can at the end of the webinar. And we'll follow up with any of those that we didn't get to after the webinar. So today we welcome Global Vice President of Sales, John Becker, to the webinar. Even though John has been with AMAG for nearly 2 years, this is his first time joining us today. John will be sharing information about his role, AMAG's Customer First initiative, and our product roadmap. And then we also welcome another newcomer to the webinar, Ryan Haworth, our Vice President of Technical Services. Ryan will provide an overview of some exciting new changes he and his team are working on in the tech support department. And then I'll wrap it up with a brief marketing update at the end. AMAG Technology delivers a powerful, unified, and open security platform that empowers businesses to effectively secure their facilities, meet compliance, and have peace of mind. While access control is the foundation of what we do here at AMAG, the Symmetry Security Management System also includes video, identity management, analytics, mobile, intrusion, visitor management, command and control, and incident management. Symmetry's scalable solutions provide operational insights and intelligence to improve business today and tomorrow. Our solutions also help our reseller channel and end users solve problems. The Symmetry Security Management System and our ecosystem of technology partners work together to provide a complete system for you. All of our webinars and much more are available on our YouTube channel, which I will be talking about a little bit later on the webinar. Now it's my pleasure to introduce to you AMAG's Global Vice President of Sales, John Becker.
Thanks, Kim. Look, first I want to thank everyone for joining this call. For those of you who don't know me, obviously Kim made the introduction, but I came into this industry back in 1991 as an electronic technician. So I started out repairing and installing access control and video. That's over 30 years in this industry. And even before that, I was responsible for maintenance and upkeep of physical security alarms as a shipboard electrician in the U.S. Navy. So it's been in my blood for a very long time, and I love this industry. I love being a part of it. The best thing about this industry is the symbiotic relationship that you have between us as a manufacturer, our partners who are our authorized resellers and installers, the integrators, as well as end users. And I've seen that change so much over the 30 years, where it's really become, as one of my old bosses says, this is one of those $3 words, but kind of a triumvirate, right? Where it requires all three parties to be working together, the end user, the integrator, and the manufacturer. And it's been a pleasure to watch that change over the years. While I came to AMAG to run global sales, we recently expanded my responsibilities to include all the customer-facing groups within AMAG. So not only sales and marketing, but also pre-sales support, tech support, customer service, product management, training, and professional services. Anyone who touches the customer, we've moved all that under one group, and we think that that's going to make for a much better support structure for us and how we handle our customers. And this action was aligned within our organization to meet our customer first initiative, right? And let me tell you what customer first means. For us, it's that our customers are the first consideration in every area of our business. It's not just sales, right? Sales, of course, we always think about our customers. It's our job to do that. But we've got to make sure that whether it's sales, whether it's marketing and training, the people who touch our customer every day, but also product development, technical support, and customer service, We need to make sure that we are thinking about the customer first. An example of that, right? Many product development companies, they think, they look for the greatest technology, the coolest widget. Well, how cool could something be, the cool technology? But to me, what good is that technology if it doesn't meet a customer requirement or it doesn't reduce a pain point that you have? So while we want to have the cool things that you guys want as well, we want to make sure that they matter. And that's where we're trying to bring more of this customer first, all the way down to our developers, our support people, and make sure that they're able to take care of you, looking at things from how it affects your operations. When we send out a bug fix, how is that going to affect your operation if it goes well? If it doesn't go well, making sure that we're keeping, we're cognizant of that. And it's not just an IT or a technology fix. It's got to have an operations, concern in it as well. So that's what we've done a little bit different with the organization. We've kind of pulled all the customer facing under one location, which is under me. And other organization news, many of you know that we recently hired a new president. For those of you who've been around AMAG a long time, you all know Howard Johnson. Howard is just about to hit 40 years as an AMAG employee. He started out as a field technician in I think 1981 or 1982. And he's just, he's grown throughout. As AMAG has grown, he's grown. He's reached the pinnacle of AMAG, which is as our president, the last several years. Well, Howard's ready to take a break, right? I think after 40 years of working 18-hour days, over 1 million miles traveled, I think he's earned and looking forward to a nice retirement and to step away and kind of enjoy life for a little bit. But that sets us up well for our new president, which is Dave Sullivan. Howard had 40 years in the industry. Dave's got 30 plus years in the industry, and he's worked for many manufacturers. Also started out as a kind of a field technician or applications engineer when he started his career at Honeywell 30-something years ago. What this has set us up for, though, between Howard and Dave is the perfect bridge between the stability that Howard has brought the product line over the last several years and the exciting vision Dave has for the next chapter of AMAG. So we're really excited about, we're really couldn't thank Howard enough for what he's done for the company, but very excited about where Dave wants to take AMAG going forward. Let's talk about product for a minute. It's not going to be the core discussion point of this call today, like it normally is, but I did want to mention product and our roadmap. Our products have been around for 40 years, right? Symmetry's been around 40 years, but that doesn't mean it's 40 years old, because along the way, we've found ways to improve it. We found ways to make it more relevant. We found ways to integrate new technology. And we're always looking at how we can keep the product current and relevant to the needs of our customers and the industry today. In the past several years, we've put most of our focus on complementary applications to Symmetry. So not, the access control system was kind of stable and we've had that forever. But we started to include the launch of several cloud-based solutions. So while our access control product has been around for 40 years and it's got a thick client and it's a strong, stable product, we knew we had to get more involved in the cloud. And so you'll see our identity management system, which is Connect, is up in the cloud. Our visitor management system, Guest, is in the cloud. Our mobile credentials system is up in the cloud. So you've seen us launch a lot of cloud-based solutions in the last several years, and those have been very successful for us. Next up for us, though, is now to refocus our development on that core Symmetry access control product. This includes the launch of a new web client that you're going to see here in the next couple months, expansion of the M4000 controller and its feature sets, integration into the cloud, and expanded enterprise reporting and AI tools. So these are all things that we're working on as the next step of the migration of our product. What you end up with is a stable Symmetry product that's tried and true and been tested over 40 years, but with state-of-the-art features and functionality. And what we ultimately see, if you look at this system that we have, ultimately you end up with a web client talking to a panel that really is the application server. And then you've got a database, whether you want it on-prem or potentially in the cloud. So now your data is up in the cloud, your application server is in the panel, and you got a web client running it all. You've basically migrated from an old thick client stable system into something that's more user-friendly, and the GUI is much friendlier as well. So that's where we're going with the product over the next 6-12 months. We couldn't be more excited about it. Stepping away from product for a minute, I mentioned that customer first goes beyond that. Every day we ask ourselves, and we ask you, our customers, are we easy to do business with? And thank God we're all muted, because I'm sure there's plenty of you who find ways that we're not easy to do business with, and we welcome that input and feedback. But we're constantly looking at ways that we can focus on making sure that we're easy to do business with. Where there is room for improvement, we find ways to continuously improve, and we will continue to do that. One area that we focused on recently is giving you more access to information, your information, right? Whether it's your order status, whether it's your FedEx tracking number or UPS tracking number, whether it's your support tickets, your tech support tickets. Our feeling is you should be able to access that information easily, okay? And that's part of customer first. It's not just making product that makes sense for you, not just making development engineering upgrades that will make sense when you put them in your system and aren't going to cause problems in existing operations, but it's also getting you access to information and making sure we're as customer friendly as possible. With all that said, I want to turn this over to our tech support leader, Ryan. Ryan Howarth is responsible for all of tech support globally. He's based at our corporate headquarters in Tewkesbury over in the UK. Ryan's going to discuss his customer first initiative through tech support, which is advancements that we're making in tech support administration, tracking, and communications. So I look forward to hearing Ryan give you guys an update on what he's done to help customers. And I really appreciate everyone joining this call today. Ryan, I'll turn it over to you.
John, and thank you, Kim, and thank you for everyone allowing me to talk to you about technical services today. So I've been with the company and with about 18 years now, or just over 18 years. And in that time, I've worked in QA, the test department, and then through the ranks of technical service group. Just to talk a bit about the team consists of about 30 people, which are located in the UK and the US. The team is made up of the following groups, which is an international support group managed by a manager called Jason Lawrence. They're based in the UK and cover phone support, training, and pro services. So they kind of use multiple hats. We then have a US support group managed by Brian Goodowitz, and this is split into two groups. There's a tier 2 group that are based across the US and cover phone support, and a tier 3 group that are based across the US and aid in escalations, platinum support, out of hours cover, and on-site support. Finally, I have a development support team managed by Rob Folland, which are based in the UK and the US, and they cover software support and customer service work. So if you go to the next slide, please, Jay. So our current aim within technical services is to provide trusted and reliable and agile support. What do we mean by that? So trusted by providing a good quality of service that gives the correct information, reliable by always being there for you when you need help, and agile. With our processes, we can escalate issues quickly to get to the required attention and communication level. So how are we going to do this? So tech services uses a cloud-based phone system. So those groups that I just spoke about, that's one number to get hold of that group. This helps also from a DR perspective, as well as allowing us to utilize the team efficiently. So we widen up our support process and times. On top of this, we've been working hard to provide each team a playbook. This playbook gives each member of the team empowerment on making decisions and ensuring a ticket isn't held in one location too long, thus providing an answer to the phones. Focusing on answering the phones. From these changes, we've already seen average call hold times reduced to below 1 minute. Within the last 3 months, we've actually transitioned to a new ticketing system. This has introduced an automatic ticket generation from emails sent to technical.support@amag.com. Currently, we see that about 60% of our support channel come from emails. To help manage these, we have enabled the AI built into the ticketing product to send out knowledge-based articles on keywords used to look at providing a quicker first response turnaround. Our ongoing aim is to produce and generate more of these knowledge-based articles and introduce bite-sized videos on frequently seen issues so that we can provide a better service that can grow and be flexible as we increase our market. So imagine a customer is having an issue on site. They log the issue by their mobile phone. This triggers a support email to be sent back with links, potentially to video clips, that provides demonstration of how to configure and possibly overcome their issue without the need to receive further support from our team. If this is unsuccessful, then the support team are able to pick up this and then continue with their support quickly and effectively. To increase the personable experience and help with efficiencies, the ticket system and phone system link together. Whether you're a certified engineer or an end customer, your details are stored within our system. For example, your phone number. This ticket system automatically brings up your profile, allowing the support person to discuss any outstanding issues, as well as dealing with any current requests for support. The tech service data that is received is a key part of our current strategy. From this, we'll be looking at making proactive improvements for a quicker turnaround on calls or reducing the number of tickets that are logged in the first place. So for instance, this provides information to mainline dev, product management, with areas of product that need improvement, the training team on what additional courses are required to help integrators out in the field. And in addition, who of our integrators may need additional training help. We've recently generated a training audit actually carried out against Technical Service Group. And from that, we have formulated training plans to get up to speed on areas of importance and ensure we have a good spread of knowledge for subject matter experts for the less frequent calls that come in. So, up and coming project work. From recent customer survey data that we've received, it's clear that our RMA process for customers is unsatisfactory, and therefore we're in the process of making this element of our support much simpler and easier for ourselves and customers to track how this is going. We're working towards changing the process whereby the customers will only need to log an RMA request with tech support, and this will generate a ticket that will automatically be emailed to customer service and then be processed. To prevent tech services team becoming a silo, we're setting up automatic data exchange between systems and other departments. So for instance, passing ticket detail to sales, as explained previously, pushing report data out to proactively improve the support model. We continue to improve our trusted central location for knowledge-based articles and to links where updates can be found both internally and externally. Finally, later this year, and as a value add to our Platinum accounts, we'll be opening up a portal for customers to log in and to use to see all their company's active tickets, which they can then also make comments on. So kind of going back to kind of what John is saying, we're kind of expanding out our knowledge base and our kind of our interaction with our customers to try and really prove we've got a good tech service group ahead.
And Ryan, I think that's the key thing that we keep trying to do is, just continuous improvement. Did you say, I thought I heard you say that we've gotten the call hold times down below 1 minute?
Correct. Yeah. So with already these changes that we've seen that we've been able to kind of reduce our call hold times. At the moment, it's around about 50 seconds for the team. And with the additional strategy that we've got ahead, we're hoping to kind of push forward with that and kind of give a quicker turnaround on support items.
Yeah, and I got to assume many of the technicians that are on this call right now, love the idea of having to hold less than 1 minute. And more importantly, if they're given something that they can either read or look on a video to quickly figure out how to configure or fix something. I think again, this customer first initiative, I think you guys are all going to realize that it's finding ways to help you, support you, make your life better.
Yeah. So go back to the video idea. It's not a 20, 30-minute video clip. We're talking about bite-sized video clips, 5 minute as a max, but it's kind of demonstrating kind of what you should expect to see maybe as the LEDs on an EN2DBC when it's actually communicating correctly. Some fault finding guides as well, maybe on how to program a device. So they're the kind of videos that we're looking to expand on. The AI will use kind of keywords to kind of pick up and then provide you the link. And then that will then take you to, say, a YouTube clip to review. So that's the kind of utopia moment that we want to kind of expand on with the KBs and the video database that we want to pull from. Okay, well, thank you very much for your time, everyone. I'll now pass you back over to Kim for the rest of the webinar. Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan. That was a great overview. I'm excited to see what's going to be coming up here. So as a reminder, if you have any questions, to please type them in the Q&A box, and I appreciate the feedback so far on the video. So as many of you know this already, but if you're new to the webinar, I want to share that AMAG has a YouTube channel, which I did mention earlier. This past month, we've added some exciting new videos to the channel. We have a brand new product video that highlights the entire Symmetry product portfolio. We also produced 2 new videos at GSX last month. One was the sneak preview video of our new products with a webinar veteran, you all know him, Jonathan Moore. And the other is an interview. The Security Guy TV host, Chuck Harold, who I'm sure many of you have seen, he interviewed John Becker, today's presenter, at AMAG as well. And they talked about the company, industry trends, and Symmetry. I also want to remind everyone that we record every single customer webinar, and you can always find them in the playlist called AMAG Webinar Series. I invite you all to visit our YouTube channel at youtube.com/AMAG Technology. So
Hey, Kim, I'd also recommend to everybody, if they have an idea for a YouTube video, if there's something they think would be helpful, please let us know. Respond to this message, go to our website, but let us know, and we're happy to develop those videos that you think would be beneficial.
That's a great idea. I would love some feedback. So it looks like we don't have any questions right now. So wonderful. Thank you, John and Ryan, for presenting on today's webinar. And thank you to Jamie, who is driving the bus and working the magic behind the scenes. If you have any questions about Symmetry, please reach out to your local AMAG salesperson and we can set up a meeting with you. As always, the full webinar and all of our previous webinars are on our YouTube channel, like I just mentioned. So as soon as we end the webinar, a short survey is going to pop up in your browser. Please take a moment to fill that out so we can make sure we're always delivering the best information on these webinars. Thanks for joining us today, and we hope you'll join us on our next webinar, which is on November 15th. Watch your inbox for details. Thanks again.